Hi there, I'm Jason Little, the author of Lean Change Management and the founder of the Lean Change Management Association. I've been participating and hosting Lean Coffees for over a decade now, and I've always used them in an organizational context as a sense-making tool, as a way for people to get together and have meaningful dialogue about an organizational change. This is infinitely better than change communications. And I know for those change communicators who might be seeing this, that might not be a message that you would like to hear, but Lean Coffee is infinitely more effective than sending out newsletters and updating SharePoint sites. It's just the way it goes. It puts the focus of the conversation into the hands of the people who are affected by the change. And odds are we're all affected by what's going on with the global pandemic nowadays. So this idea was born out of waiting a week after the pandemic had been actually labeled a global pandemic, because I wasn't exactly sure how I could help or if the world needed anything that I could provide. So the interesting part about this was the way it was born. My wife's actually a fitness instructor, a Zumba fitness instructor, and she can't run her business because mass gatherings are prohibited now. So the studios where she runs her classes are closed. So they decided to run virtual classes. And I had helped her set up the streaming and did the instructions for, how to set up the video stream and how to use Zoom and pipe high quality audio right through. So the audio and the video is synced up because it's very instructional by nature. So you can't have kind of that lag. There are some restrictions. So you can't use streaming services because of copyright problems now. So we live in a world where little algorithms will populate through Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and shut you down. So it had to be done in a different way. So we figured out how to do it. And then she had posted on her Facebook page and said, hey, we figured out how to do this thing. And we hosted a webinar for some Zumba instructors around the world who wanted to figure out how to offer their courses virtually as well, because a lot of them are independents. There are some that work for fitness companies. They might have more stability with their income, but a lot of the independents don't. Their income drops to zero because they can't run these courses. So that took that idea and said, well, maybe I could do the same type of thing. So I helped another person with automating some of their business processes with Zapier, because now that they can't afford to pay staff, solo entrepreneurs have more of their own work that they need to deal with. And I thought, you know what, there's lots of stuff that I can offer, plus a lot of people I know that can offer things like, maybe this is a good time to try to create a virtual business. And having gone through lots of Lean Startup weekends and actually running my own business and growing it through Lean Startup, that's something I can help with as well. And what glued all this together was I've always had the attitude of being a white space worker when it comes to change. That is, I'm there to help, and I'm like a switchboard operator. So if I can't help you, I can patch you through to somebody that I know that can help you. So the intent was, do you need help with something? Bring your problem here. We'll help you figure it out. Do you just need an ear to bend? Are you just frustrated with, having to be confined to your home? Are you struggling to make sense of what this new world is like? No one knows what's going to happen at this point. Or do you have plenty of experience offering virtual products or doing other remote types of interactions that you can give back to people? So today's March 23rd. Oddly enough, it's my wife's birthday, so happy birthday. And our first session was this morning, and that's exactly what the session was. So we had about 31 people register, and each person had a chance to go through and say who they were, where they came from, why they joined the session, and how things are, most importantly, how things are going with them. So we started off like that, and then we turned it into a Lean Coffee session, which was basically, given what's going on with the world right now, what's the most important question that you want some help with? We voted on the topics. We went into breakout rooms, and people crowdsourced options that we could do given what that number one question was. So it's kind of like a mix of Lean Coffee and Open Space, and I'm going to be running these daily through the week of March 23rd, and then after that, probably weekly. because uncertainty is at the highest right now, so I might as well do them daily and see what happens. So I encourage you to join at the link below. All the historical lean coffees and quote-unquote show notes will be available, so anything interesting, tips, ideas, tools that pop up will be in the links below, so you can check those out. Otherwise, click on the contact button up at the top, send us an email, and we'll figure out what we can do to help. Thank you very much for listening. You can probably tell this was unscripted and off the cuff, but hey, sometimes that's just the best thing that should happen. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you online at a Lean Coffee.